Welcome back to John Versus. I'm John Maher. This week, a man who I wanted to get on the show, kind of not that I created the show for him, but I do believe he enjoys, as much as he acts like he doesn't enjoy crapping on movies, I do believe there's a certain joy inside of him when he gets to be at his full potential. Mr. Cody Newberry, how are you doing today, sir?
I was a lot better, 80-something minutes ago. But yeah, I mean, I'm doing fine. These are movies that I'm guessing. Again, you may do some great films that I just don't know about.
No.
But these are films that I would have never watched ever in my life for any amount of money. And I got one given to me. I thought they were going to be like bad horror movies, but well known. I don't know where these things were made, but wow, that was something. So I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
Yeah, somewhere in England, all these movies are made. But yeah, I start off by I'm just apologizing. I know you don't seek out bad movies, and I did basically semi-force you to watch it. So apologies if you had a horrible time. But I think deep down you might have had somewhat of a good time because you knew this was coming after it.
Peek behind the curtain. I was supposed to do an episode, and I started that movie. And I will say I enjoyed this movie more than that movie. So I'm not mad about the switch. But I didn't hate it as much as it should have been hated. But it's nowhere near a good film by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah, let's rip the Band-Aid off. You probably clicked through the thumbnail, but we're talking about Pterodactyl.
Oh, is this it? It looks amazing.
What was that? What are you doing? Get up! Oh, there's nothing wrong. Get up, please!
It's my sister. I haven't heard from her in 4 days. They're away backpacking in the middle of nowhere.
We'll just go and find her ourselves. I mean, how big can this place be?
So 2 young, pretty women stay here and you don't remember?
No, it looks like they left 3 days ago.
So not even a week? How can you be sure she's missing?
It looked like a flying dinosaur.
Oh, pterodactyl.
No, it can't be. They're extinct. Something isn't right here.
Jurassic Park, Eat Your Heart Out. I don't even know what that little thing at the end was. That's crazy. But again, in typical Jagged Edge fashion, that's the whole movie almost in the trailer.
Yes.
And then just one more feature I want to add. And this, I don't normally do this, but I think I should start doing it. But Jagged Edge is known for this box art. And I don't know if you've seen the box art for this movie, but there it is. That's crazy. That character, that Lara Croft character there, does not appear in the movie.
Not at all.
So I don't know if they did this box art and then did the movie and never introduced that character, or they shot the movie and then did this box art knowing that character wasn't in the movie. They're both horrible timelines.
I would say there's better effects on this box than there are in the movie. They don't look terrible in this, but the pterodactyls in these movies, I've tried to put it in my head to a video game I played, like a T-Rex, like a dinosaur hunting game, on Nintendo 60, something like that date. And they look that level of animated on the screen. It's real.
Dino Crisis from PS1.
That may be it. That may be it.
I think that's the game we're talking about. And they are that or like Parasite Eve from. like PS2, like that level of like just like crappy polygon CGI. Yes,
just like there's that again disbelief that these things are not real, obviously, but man, they show it right when they're standing next to a human or something, and they're like razor blades, like they literally chop things in half and like just cause so much chaos that just doesn't make any sense. But
Get off, please!
it was
Yeah.
again.
Well, yeah, we'll have plenty of time to go through the whole thing, but I think, I think we can probably talk the whole time just about like how the logic of this movie never makes sense ever, because there's a reason why the pterodactyls are only in a certain region. I guess they do give you that much exposition in this movie,
Yeah.
but public roads go through this region. Not everybody's stopping in this region. There's literally scenes where you see them flying overhead and cars are going past. But it's a secret.
Yeah. It's like Wakanda. Like you just only if you can't access it. They don't leave Wakanda, but they're all in there. And like, yeah, I was just like, again, I overanalyze movies because that's just who I am. But I'm sitting there, I'm like, how? Okay, so two girls just go missing in this island. They checked in like this hotel. Yeah, they left 3 days ago. Not really sure where they could have went.
Do you know if they're still here?
No, it looks like they left 3 days ago.
But now everybody's able to find where they're at. Like, it's clearly not that big of a mystery where they went and got lost at.
I also like that, like, just to jump around a little bit, like, when, you know, the one in the beginning we saw the two girls, like the one girl who's the sister and her friend. The friend gets just murdered right away. Then the girl's screaming while there's 3 pterodactyls. She spoiler alert, she survives. But how she survives is she's just behind a rock. That's it. She's just behind a rock. She's not in a cave or like, you know, underwater with blowing through a reed like a ninja. She's just behind a rock.
I'm going to be honest. That was one of the moments I was like, when your creative juice just doesn't fire anymore, like you just when writer's block is at its all-time high, you say, well, how'd she get away? There's rocks here. She could just be hiding behind a rock.
How have you survived this long?
You've just had to learn. And learn quickly.
Because the creatures that are finding her can't like go like fly over the rock, like see behind it or anything. Like you just don't know she's there, so you just lose it.
If only these pterodactyls could reach a vantage point where they could see different things.
Exactly. I was in there, I was like, I don't know why you believe what you believe, but all right, we're going to go with it.
Every time,
and I love that the only creatures there are pterodactyls too.
Yeah, there's nothing else.
No other life form. It's only and like that one scene where it shows like, what's that? And they look up and this giant flying bird. Well, I'll give you. I know what happened to your sister. Possibly, like it's there, right there.
What's up? Shh. What? There's something in the trees. There's something over there.
Oh, come on, Cindy, stop playing.
I'm not messing around. There's something over there.
Where?
There.
But there's also scenes where it's like, what is that? And you see like 3 or 4 birds flying, like literally flying, and they're like, and it cuts back to the people, and they're like confused, like they can't see it. They're fucking huge.
I hear it, but I don't know what it is. You will okay, something that's going to eat you probably.
And like I noticed, like every time they're depicting characters as safe, like where the pterodactyls aren't coming for them, they're always like out in the open. Like when the two girls are just like in like that bus stop looking thing, and they're just like, "Yeah, we're safe here," and they have like a full on conversation, just sitting still.
We need to get out of here. It's getting dark, and I don't want to be stuck in this place not being able to see.
Okay, then we go through the cabin.
Pterodactyls aren't after them. And then there's also those two girls that are in their car. And when the pterodactyls go up, they don't get in the car and close the doors. They run away from the car.
Run.
Oh my god, we've got to get out of here.
It's crazy. Like it makes, it's. I don't even know like what they were trying to go for. Like, oh, this shit's scary. Let's just have a sit down. And we're here. We're in this spot that's got to be safe. We'll just have a conversation now. Like, until you're away from this, you're not like these things can fly. Like,
oh yeah. There's the one scene like the two girls run from the car. Of course, one of them gets eaten because there's padding. The other girl runs, and then it cuts to her like walking. Like she outran the pterodactyls. Cody, she did it.
Yeah. Her sprint speed is next level. I would love sports science to. Yeah, I would love sports science to determine what her top-notch speed was at that time, because her just bolting was.
Yeah,
she just could outrun a pterodactyl that can fly, which is. I want to see her against a plane.
She's not the only character that outruns a pterodactyl, because there's another girl who's like, "Give me the car keys. I can run a half mile," and she's fast because she's wearing a sports bra and leggings, so she's fast.
If you give me the key to the car, I'll go pick it up. Stupid.
No.
I've been training for speed, and that's what we need. And if I lay low, then you won't get me. It's about, like, half a mile away. I think I can do it. Just give me the keys to the car.
And she's
done running before, yeah.
But what she wasn't planning on is there's a conspiracy in these hills. And it goes way up. It goes way up the chain. Because not only is the one employee of the hotel in on it, but the one police officer in this entire Scottish Highlands region, he's also in on it.
Oh yes, that's oh gosh. Like I'm telling you, the writer's block, like they must have took different parts of the story, is what I believe. Like some were just going to handle these parts, and some was going to handle like the plotting points of it. But yeah, this is a big conspiracy. We got somebody. Somebody knows, but no one else knows.
You can tell somebody asked a question in like the writer's room. They're like, these are pterodactyls, right? Yeah, they're pterodactyls. Okay, why don't they just, like, if they're hungry, why don't they just fly to, like, a city where there's food? It's like, oh, shit. What if they have an egg and one dude has the egg and the egg controls the pterodactyls? Like, tell me more.
And he's got a queen egg in there. Has some sort of leverage over the wyvern.
A queen egg?
Yeah. It's the only thing that can control him.
And because that is the plot, right?
I know. When I thought my jaw couldn't hit the floor more, it continued. I'm like, oh, so for a WWF reference, this is like Undertaker's urn. They can control the pterodactyls because they have the egg instead of just eating the guy with the egg and keeping the egg.
And of course,
Okay, makes sense.
As soon as the surviving members of the female cabal find out that there is an egg that will keep them safe, of course, the first thing they do is destroy the egg.
This egg?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Done. Let's get rid of it.
And then I guess like the main bad guy, who's like the chief of police, I guess, whatever. He's a cop. My favorite scene in this movie is when like there's like that Mexican standoff where like you don't know if the girl's going to shoot him, and he's talking shit, but they've destroyed the egg, and then it's a 3-story like hotel, and he's just standing in the hallway, but the pterodactyl bursts through the ceiling and doesn't burst through the ceiling and then eat him, bursts through the ceiling and eats him in one shot. Just knows exactly where he is, pile drives the whole building and just eats him.
Survival's a universal trait.
You're a monster.
I'm not the monster. The monsters are out there.
Heat-seeking.
Definitely a heat-seeking pterodactyl. Let's go into some of these kills. I mean, how did you feel about the acting and just the effects of these kills?
So the acting is below average. Like I think they just went up to like a local shop and said, "Hey, we're doing a movie. Anybody want to be in it? What's it about? Don't matter. Just come with us." Because these guys, no one, it'll play into my drinking game, but like their emotions that they are supposed to show during this is just like blocks of wood. Like they're scared blocks of wood, or panicky blocks of wood, or like trying to fight back. I guess the kills were like the bright spot of the movie, I would say, because the people died, so like you got away with it. Like, but they just don't make any sense. Like, I mean, I know you have seen way worse horror movies. This probably doesn't even equal like the worst of the worst from what you've had to see. But
yeah, this is like in the bottom tier, but there's definitely worse.
Yeah, there's probably some definitely worse ones. But yeah, like it even feels like some of the gore that they could have like went into, they kind of dialed back. It seemed like, I guess it's effective. I guess it's budget based, right? You can't do. You can
everything is CGI.
so much.
Like it's like I'd say there's a lot of kills that are just okay, action. I need you to act like you're having a seizure. Go. And then they just have the pterodactyls like pecking at the person. The CGI pterodactyls peck at them, and then like red splotches just show up on the person. That happens at least 3 times, including the gentleman who is in the movie for like 1 minute, just to show that the pterodactyls are chasing some other dude through the forest. Like it just keeps cutting back to this guy running. Then he goes to a cave, but there's eggs in the cave, and he comes out of the cave and he dies.
Yeah. The best kill by far in this entire movie is the one you already brought up, though. Like that through the hotel thing, it just makes 0 sense. But like, and how everybody reacts to it in the, it's just, wait a minute, what could this possibly be?
You know, yeah, you've destroyed the egg. You've heard what they sound like. Not only have you heard what they sound like, the sister who was hiding behind the rock gives like this huge soliloquy about like what she had to do to survive, and like she knows there's a cult, and then she's killed pterodactyls. We never see any dead pterodactyls, but she alleges to have killed them, which I'm calling bullshit on. But yeah, her speech is just like, in these few days, she went from just some lady whose engagement was broken to I don't know, John Rambo, I guess.
Learning their behaviours, knowing when to go out for food, and how to kill them.
Yeah, it's so weird too. Like in that same scene, like the effects, that fire. I guess maybe they didn't have a fire permit or anything. You might as well just lit something on fire. It looks so rough. Like. Those things that are still intact, but like the fire, it's like when you learn how to like edit for a little bit or something, and you get an effect and you just click it just to see what it does, and you're like, yeah, this will be kind of cool, and it's never cool for anything.
I think the best thing is before the CGI fire, when they set the fire, it's just a shot of them taking that shitty like gas station 99-cent lighter, and they do it, and they just hold it to the ground for like 5 seconds. Nothing catches on fire, but they do hold the lighter to the ground for like 5 seconds. And that lighter is probably the best actor in the movie, because that lighter, they cut back to that lighter like 100 times during the movie to show you there.
This is not how you light a fire, buddy. Like this is not. I got this. I can light it. No, like you need things to do that. And then they're just swimming. The pterodactyl overshots are so funny in this movie. Just like flapping birds. But everybody's like. What could it be?
Yeah, the shots.
Give you one guess. One guess.
No, the shots when the pterodactyl is just flying towards the horizon, and it's just 3 of the same pterodactyl in the same like motion thing, doing it, are great. Like clearly, they passed basic editing, basic CGI editing 101 to get those shots.
You know what's also crazy? Like, I don't want to give this movie many compliments, but what's absolutely crazy is like their long shots, like their scenic shots, don't look like half bad, like for what it is. Cause it's like a breath of fresh air, like because where they're filming is definitely like scenic, like you can definitely tell. It's when they add the things to the scenic is when it gets real rough. Like, I'm surprised, but I was like, oh well, that one doesn't look that bad.
So so we've talked about the kills and it just kind of like just every Jagged Edge movie, like the cult, they defeat the cult, they destroy the egg, and they get the book, and they're escaping, and the movie kind of just ends because, believe it or not, there is a sequel to this movie. I didn't know that when I gave this to you, but they made a sequel. I guarantee it doesn't follow from what happened in this movie, but as they're like going back to society with the book, which has no power over the pterodactyls, they're just like, oh shit, what are we gonna do now? And the movie just kind of ends.
Let's hope it's not too late.
Yeah. I thought like when it ended, like maybe there is a sequel. I did not go seek it out because one time was enough. But it does like the 90s TV show. It should have just been to be continued, or like it just shows the credits right. I'm like, all right, well, I guess we're just never going to get a conclusion of what happened to these pterodactyls. They ate the police officer. They are still roaming they're still roaming Wakanda, and we don't know why or how this is going to be a solution.
Actually, there is one thing I forgot to mention, is that the one character, Chrissy Wunna, who's the Asian lady, makes at least a dozen references to the fact that she's a college student. If she's a college student, I'm in 4th grade. I'm
a swimsuit model.
I am in 4th grade if she's a college student. She's definitely, the amount of time she mentions that was hysterical. Is there anything else that we left out you wanted to touch on?
Oh. I don't think so. Like I think like the best kill is like in that beginning when they go like the she turns out to be alive, but the girl that she's with dies. Like with the three there, I thought
They
that was
have her in
like
the air and they're pulling her apart. Yeah, I'll put that.
yeah, I thought that was decent for what it was, but then it just goes downhill from there overall. But yeah, overall it was a quick watch. Like there was nothing like really like it wasn't as painful as I expected it to be. I do love like we're talking about that scenic shot at the end when they're flying across the water and like the pterodactyls are being dicks to each other, like jumping
Yeah.
on each other's backs. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? We lost our egg, time to fly away.
Yeah, they're just being playful. They're at the end of the day, they're actually. Oh yeah, the one thing I did forget is like, there's that one scene where the guy that works in the hotel, who's a bad guy, then he becomes a good guy. They keep calling them wyverns. Like he's convinced these are dragons, and the girl's like, no, they're dinosaurs, man. And he's like, oh shit, yeah, they are dinosaurs. Like that was all it took to change him from like he was in a cult. The girl corrects him with knowledge he should have gotten in elementary school, and now he's a good guy.
Well, if they're not dragons, then what are they?
They look like dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs? Don't be ridiculous.
Oh yeah, because dragons are more plausible.
Dinosaurs are extinct.
Oh, and dragons are. Look. Look. Take a look at my phone, I'll search it for you. Flying dinosaurs. Here. Just look.
Yeah, absolutely crazy. I almost a little side note. I almost watched the wrong pterodactyl movie.
Oh, there's another one.
There's one from like 2005 that I like watched 20 minutes of. I was like, this does not look like the right movie, and it's bad too. But though that one's wild. That one is. I have a drinking game for the first 20 minutes I saw of that movie that you could definitely die on or have a blast on.
Well, let's talk about those drinking games because Luis Boost, the champ, has asked us to help those people who might stumble upon these movies by accident by giving you a drinking game to go along with it. I always let my guests go first. So, Cody, what did you come up with for people who either watch this on purpose because they hate themselves or stumble upon it by accident?
Well, it's kind of weird that you like brought one of mine that I had as an idea. So I don't actively drink anymore. But the ones that I was thinking of is like the Asian woman, every time she says she's a college student, take a drink because she does it often in an 80-minute movie. She does it a lot. I'm just going to say any of the cringy dialogue, anytime that you feel like it's very uncomfortable with what they're like, how they're like talking to each other, just take a drink. Just take a drink. Don't take a shot because you'll die, but just take a drink of whatever beverage you have. Or there's another one. Any like glance that they like stare off for like an obscene amount of times, like in the sky, just looking for what could possibly be there. But it's a pterodactyl. Just take a drink. You'll have a great night. I guarantee by like 30 minutes in, you'll feel great. You'll feel great that you won't even know the movie's on.
I would build on Cody's game. It's like anytime that they they do that, but edit the movie poorly, where they are looking in the direction of the pterodactyls, and there's pterodactyls there, and then it cuts back to them, and they're still looking in the same direction, but have not identified them as pterodactyls. Take a shot. You won't die.
Yes.
That happens enough in this movie. How the hell does that happen?
Yeah,
right, well,
do that. It will be perfect.
That is Pterodactyl. Cody, thank you for stopping by today. If people want to see more of you, where can they find you here in this great community?
I'm all over Multiplex Entertainment, and I'll be a part of TLU Trivia League Unlimited. I think that's the time we're playing. When it comes back, I'll probably be managing over there. So yeah, I have my movie opinions all over the place. So I'm pretty
manager of the year, but there's nobody else in the running. There he is. All right.
Thank you.
Well, again, if you made it this far in the video, like, comment, subscribe, share. You can go to the Facebook group. My TikTok is down there as well. Do all that stuff. Monday, John versus. Thursday, Why We Love Horror. Friday, Why We Love Horror Trivia. All here on the Why We Love Horror channel. We appreciate you stopping by.